Hello friends, welcome to this session of reading comprehension. We are starting this course. This is the introductory section. We will talk about the building blocks of reading comprehension. My name is Vishal Arora. I am a tutor of availability for competitive examinations, and I have been training students for the last many years for GMAT, SAT, TOEFL, CAT, and for other competitive examinations. So, what do you expect from this course? What is the aim target for this course? First of all, it is to achieve comprehension insights. What are the insights? What are insights? Insights are you need to look at comprehension in a different light, and then we need to benchmark that against what are the standard benchmarks of comprehension. Secondly, you need to become a proactive reader, right? And the idea is to able to understand and decode complex text. That is the main idea of this course, right? So, what are the comprehension benchmarks? First of all, when you are able to comprehend the author's message, then you achieve comprehension. If you are able to construct meaning from text, if you can cite text evidence as rational, you can cite evidence. Okay, this is the reason why I have picked it up, why I have picked this answer. If you are able to identify key ideas and significant details, right? If you are able to analyze vocabulary, which is sophisticated and technical in nature, jargon, and you can derive meaning from that, then you understood the vocabulary part of it. If you are able to identify the author's point of view, his biases, opinions, purpose, if you are able to identify all this, and then you are attend to and you able to use visual supports in text and effectively use, if you are able to understand text structures and able to use text structures to support your comprehension, then you have achieved comprehension, right? So, and what about in terms of becoming a proactive reader? So you become a proactive reader when you can activate prior knowledge. That is, whatever knowledge you have in your subconscious mind, if you can relate that to the text, then you can have a proactive reading. If you are able to determine the main ideas and details, if you are able to determine the word meanings using clues from the context, if you are efficiently able to decode words which are there in the text, decode means if the word which you don't understand. If you are able to draw inferences from the text, and if you are able to retell, you are able to synthesize, and you are able to visualize, then you are a proactive reader, right? So essential components of building blocks of comprehension are these 5 facts, inference, vocabulary, experience, and summary. So we are going to look at all these facts, inference, vocabulary, experience, and summary, and we are going to look at all of them in a bit more detail. So let's start with facts. What are facts? I'm just giving you a brief idea about this. We are going to go into much more detail in each of them in the coming modules. Each of them have been dealt with a different module, but right now I'm just giving the idea of it, right? Gist of it. So, what are facts? Fact is what is right there in the text, which you can go back and point out. Okay, this is there in the text. It's not a matter of you know it. It is a matter of you can point it and you can show it. Then it is a fact. So facts are who, where, when, why, what, and how. These are the 5 W questions and 1 H question. These are the facts. So when you are able to answer these questions, then you are able to understand facts. What is the inference? Inferences is what you add to the text because author has suggested something and hinted at something, and you are adding certain things based on your knowledge and your experience, right? You add details which are from your own mind and you add them to the text and then arrive at a conclusion. Then it is known as the inference, right? So how to do that, how to learn to do that is what we are going to learn in this course. So in the next, we are going to learn a bit more about experience, vocabulary, and summary, right? Okay, welcome to the course. Thank you so much.